Hi everyone, John here with a transfer rumour video. I didn't want to do this one so early. We're not even a week into the season ending yet, but there is a new video that I did that's gone up about my season review video, so please click the link in the description below. So let's get straight onto it. As everybody's probably been reading over the last few days, we have been linked with the likes of Manuel Pellegrini, Rafa Benitez and Claudio Ranieri after Uneri and Fonseca, if I remember correctly, if that's how you pronounce them, ruled themselves out of the race for the managerial job. So the rumours are that a deal with Pellegrini is all but confirmed. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes. I watched a video last night, well, a couple of videos last night that Pellegrini did a little while ago, that he talks about his three fundamentals that he feels that is important as a manager, and also how his tactics on how Man City beat Man United at home 4-1 under his tenure. I will put the links in the description below for these videos as well. Go check them out. They're very interesting watching. He does go into quite some depth about how he approaches games, and more specifically how he approached the Manchester Derby game. One thing for me that is a bit of a worry on this is that he says that he likes to have his team set up in the same way for every game. Now, as good as the tactic is in terms of the formation, which appears to be his favoured position formation for is 4-3-3. He does also mention that he included Joe Hart as the centre backs, which is interesting because obviously he wants the core of the back four to be on the same team sheet, working together, which is exactly what we want. That's exactly what we've needed for the last few years. However, there is something, but as I say, it's just him saying that he wants his teams to be set up in the same way against every opposition. This to me, sorry, a bug flew around me. This to me is worrying, because me personally, I feel that you need to set up your formations to take advantage of your opposition's strengths, as well as playing to your own team's. Sorry. This is worrying to me because I feel we should be setting up your formations to exploit your opposition's weaknesses as well as your own team's strengths. Now, is it Sun Tzu, the guy that wrote The Art of War, says to defeat your enemy, you must become him. Or it's to defeat your enemy, you must know him. And that's the point. It's one of the two. That's the point. That's how you beat teams when you're playing in football, is you know what their formation is, you know what their strengths are, you know what their weaknesses are, you know what the 90% of the time they're going to do against certain things, for example, corners. So to say that he wants his team to be set up and played in the same way for every game, that's a worry, but it works. It worked for him. He's done well in Europa and Champions League with City. He's done well in the league, obviously, because he's won the Premier League as well. So if this signing goes through, this is a massive intent from the board. The transfer kitty is the worry for me. Again, as I said in my previous video, I don't think we're going to be spending more than 60-70 million in either or both windows. Bearing in mind the amount of money that's been available from the TV deals, plus the sponsorship deals, gate money, merchandise. So it's interesting. So apparently the Pellegrini deal is to be released on Monday. So we'll see what happens with that in the next few days. But the more important thing is the transfer rumours is a transfer going out, which is Ginge, aka James Tompkins. Apparently, he's been told by email that he is no longer going to be playing at the club. This, to me, is a big red mark, red flag, danger sign, whatever you want to describe it. This worries the hell out of me. Somebody that everybody knows has been such a great servant to the club is being released in this manner. There is a bit of false reporting in this, in terms of they're saying that James Collins has been with the club for 11 years. He has, but over two spells, not 11 years consistently. So it's understandable to a degree that he's not getting a testimonial. We as fans don't agree with that, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good nonetheless. So let me know what your thoughts are on this, guys. What do you think about the potential incoming manager? I mean, as I say, because the Pellegrini deal is all but done, from what I understand, Rafa Benitez is no longer going to be an option, and so neither is Claudio Ranieri, two of which I don't think would have suited West Ham. Rafa Benitez, for one, why jump out of the pot? Why jump out of the pot and into the fire? It's crazy. He's trying to get out of a club that is badly run, badly managed, and so why would he come to another club that's badly run and badly managed? Ranieri, if the Pellegrini deal goes through and Ranieri is the forerunner for it, I think that would be interesting. I'm not entirely sure he's a West Ham style manager, but again, he did well at his stint at Chelsea. Obviously he won the title at Leicester as well, which was that crazy season. But as I say, at the end of the day, let me know what your thoughts are on these guys. If you're new around here and you like what I'm doing, please click the subscribe button. By the way, just as a reminder, thank you very much to whoever the 34th subscriber is. Really appreciate it. I'd like to see more people subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to do more for you guys. I was doing as much as I can. I'm trying to keep this as best as possible. My videos are always going to say what I feel. I'm not out there to please people. I'm out to put my opinion out there. But at the same point, I want to know what you want me to talk about, because obviously we've got a few weeks now before the World Cup starts. And we'll be doing transfer videos as well. But as I say, I only want to talk about the transfer stories that actually mean something. I'm not going to sit here and say we're linked to matey X, we're linked to matey Y, or we're linked to matey Z. For example, we're linked to Buffon because purely on the grounds that he said in his recent book that he wants to play in England, and he has a lot of respect for West Ham supporters in terms of how loyal they are to the club. Clutching at straws as far as I'm concerned with this one. But as I say, so I will only be putting up transfers that I feel is actually warranted to talk about, because as you guys know out there, and you know as well as I do, that there's so much shit that comes out in the papers all the time, much less when the transfer window when the transfer window opens. Everything just skyrockets. We get linked from anyone from a free to about 15-16 million, and now that the transfer kitty is meant to be more higher, we're getting linked with anyone from a free to about 20-25 million now. So it's getting embarrassing as a West Ham supporter that we're supposed to be in for all these players, yet nothing ever happens to it. Funny that, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.